Hello and welcome to this lesson on measuring mass. Now, what we're talking about when we talk about measuring mass is simply how much an object weighs. Right, so mass is a quantity that is related to how much an object weighs. The units of mass are in milligrams, grams, kilograms, and in tons. Now, basically what we're talking about is simply when we talk about that a person weighs 4 kilograms, we're basically talking about its mass. Now, in science, I know that that there are differences between the words weight and mass, but here we're not going to worry about that. All right, so what we're going to look at today is simply how to read a simple scale and how to use mass to determine the body mass index. Right, so let's talk about the value of the scale. Right, so let me ask you to work out what is the reading over here. Now, first, few things that you need to worry about here. The first thing is you have to work out what is the unit that's been given. In this case, it is the kilogram. Now, this 68, 69, 70, 71, 72 is simply the whole number. So in other words, this reads 68 kilograms, 69 kilograms, 70 kilograms, so on and so on. Now, what I want to focus on is the little bits in between. Right. Now, I know that a lot of people always get confused in terms of all this because there are some of these little readings that are different, right? Now, the main thing that you need to understand is that you have to understand what does each of these little things represent. All right. Now, in this one over here, it will represent 0.1 kilograms. Now, why do I say that? Simply because if you have a look, you're not looking at how much little markings there are. All right, that's the main thing that you need to worry about, is you need to actually watch how many spaces are there between the 71 and the 72. And then use that to work out your reading. All right, so when you talk about little weightings over here, we're talking about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 markings, but there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different divisions. Okay, the divisions is the important bit here, not the markings. All right, so when you want to read it, you say how many divisions has the pointer gone past. In this case, it's gone past 1, 2, 3, 4 divisions, which means over here this will be 0.4. So when you want to read the value, it's going to be 71.4 kilograms. All right, now, why am I bringing that up is because some of these markings, especially in the homework, you're going to find there are not 10 divisions, there are, let's say, 5 divisions. Now, when that happens, you got to say, right, if it's 5 divisions, actually going to be 0.2. So you work out a fifth of 1 kilogram. All right, so these little divisions basically tell you how much you need to divide by the kilogram. Right. Now, let's talk about body mass index. Right. Body mass index is a measurement of whether a person's underweight, normal, etc. It is determined by using the following formula. The BMI is equal to the mass in kilograms over the length in meters squared. Now, notice over here, we talk about the mass over the length squared. Now, that squared doesn't mean that the actual number is going to be squared. It's just going to be the units. The following will be used to interpret the answer. So note, what happens is when you work out an answer, you're going to find it's going to be between certain values. Let's say it's between 18 and 35. Now, that numbers will basically tell you whether you're obese, underweight, etc. All right, now what we're going to use the following interpretations. If it's less than 20, it's underweight. If it's between 20 and 25, it's normal weight. Between 25 and 30, it's overweight, and over 30 will be obese. All right. Now, some points to make out. First number is what happens if it is 20 or 25 or 30 on the dot. Now, basically, what will happen is that when it is 20, it will then be overweight. If it is 25, it will be overweight, so on. Okay, so you take the higher of the different of the categories. Right. Let's look at examples on this. The Y is 1.6 meters tall, weighs 60 kilograms, 2 minutes BMI interpreted. Right, the first thing, BMI is mass over length squared. Now, the mass is 60 kilograms and the length is 1.6. So we're going to say 60 over 1.6 squared. Right, now if you put that on a calculator, you get an answer of 23,4375. Now, what does that mean? It means if you go back to the interpretations, 23 happens to be between 20 and 25, which means the guy is normal weight. All right. Now, let's look at a more advanced question that you're going to be expected to do in grade 11. If June's height is 1.8 meters and a BMI is 23,7 over here, calculate the mass in kilograms. Now, notice BMI never has any units associated with it. So in other words, you don't need to worry about units. You just need to worry about the number. All right, so let's go back to the formula. BMI is equal to mass over length squared. Now here we're going to say 23,7. Here we're going to put an x to work out its mass, and then 1,8 squared. Now to get x on its own, we're going to multiply that number by that number. So we're going to say 23,7 times by 1,8 squared. All right. Now that gives you an answer of 76,79 kilograms. All right. Now you're going to be expected to know how to do BMI calculations quite considerably. So you need to know the different ways of being able to work it out. All right. Now there's your homework for today. You're going to calculate the values of P, Q, R, S, and T. You're going to be given questions on BMI where you have to work out the BMI and interpret it. And then if I give you the BMI and the amount of meters, you have to work out the kilograms. Now, some things to notice about this. Over here, each of these divisions are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 divisions, which means each of these are going to be 20 grams. All right. Now notice it's in grams over here. So over here, all of these numbers are in grams. All right. Another thing, this 0.5 kilograms and this 1 kilogram is actually 500 and 1,000 grams. Okay. Then the last thing, I want to focus on that last question. Lucky is 1.5 meters tall, has a BMI of 22. Right. The first one's quite easy. Determine his mass in kilograms. You work out using the example that we've used. The next one I want to basically work on is how much weight does he need to become overweight? Now here, you need to understand that overweight means that he needs to have a minimum of 25 for his BMI, which means you need to work out what would be the BMI or the mass be if his BMI was 25, and then take it from there in terms of working out how much weight he needs to gain. Okay.